Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today I'm going to be reading Dinosaurs Before Dark by Mary Pope Osborne. And this is the first of the Magic Treehouse series. So let's begin. Chapter 1, Into the Woods. Help! A monster, said Annie. Yeah, sure, said Jack. A real monster in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania? Run, Jack, said Annie. She ran up the road. Oh, brother. Is this what he got for spending time with his 7-year-old sister? Annie loved pretend stuff, but Jack was 8.5. He liked real things. Watch out, Jack! The monster's coming! Race you! No thanks, said Jack. Annie raced into the woods alone. Jack looked at the sky. The sun was about to set. Come on, Annie, it's time to go home. But Annie disappeared. Jack waited. No, Annie! Annie! He shouted again. Jack! Jack, come here! Jack groaned. Oh, this better be good, he said. Jack left the road and headed into the woods. The trees were lit with a golden late afternoon sunlight. Come here, called Annie. There she was, standing under a tall oak tree. Look, she said. She was pointing up to the rope ladder. The longest rope ladder Jack had ever seen. Wow, he whispered. The ladder went all the way up to the top of the tree. There at the top of the tree was a treehouse. It was tucked between two branches. That must have been the highest treehouse in the world, said Annie. Who built it? Asked Jack. I've never seen it before. I don't know, but I'm going up, said Annie. No, we don't know who it belongs to, said Jack. Just for a teeny minute, said Annie. She started up the ladder. Annie, come back. She kept climbing. Jack sighed. Annie, it's almost dark. We have to go home. Annie disappeared inside the treehouse. Annie! Jack waited a moment. He was about to call again when Annie poked her head out of the window. Books! She shouted. What? It's filled with books. Oh, man, Jack loved books. He pushed his glasses into place. He gripped the sides of the rope ladder, and up he went. That is the end of Chapter 1, friends. We will continue with Chapter 2, The Monster. Chapter 2, The Monster. Jack crawled through a hole in the treehouse floor. Wow! The treehouse was filled with books. Books everywhere. Very old books with dusty covers. New books with shiny, bright covers. Look! You can see far, far away, said Annie. She was peering out the treehouse window. Jack looked out the window with her. Down below were treetops of other trees, and in the distance, Frog Creek Library. The elementary school, the park. Annie pointed in the other direction. There's our house, she said. Sure enough, there was their white wooden house with a green porch. Next door was their neighbor's black dog, Henry. He looked very tiny. Hi, Henry, shouted Annie. Shh, said Jack. We're not supposed to be up here. He glanced around the treehouse again. I wonder who owns all these books, he said. He noticed the bookmarks were sticking out of many of them. I like this one, said Annie. She held up a book with a castle on the cover. Here's a book about Pennsylvania, said Jack. He turned the page with the bookmark. Hey, there's a picture of Frog Creek in here, said Jack. It's a picture of these woods. Oh, here's a book for you, said Annie. She held up the book about dinosaurs. A blue silk bookmark was sticking out of it. Let me see it. Jack set down the backpack and grabbed the book from her. You look at that one, and I'll look at this one about castles, said Annie. No, we better not, said Jack. We don't know who these books belong to. But even as he said this, Jack opened the dinosaur book to where the bookmark was. He couldn't help himself. He turned to a picture of an ancient flying pteranodon. He touched the huge bat-like wings. Wow, whispered Jack. I wish I could see a real, live pteranodon. Jack studied the picture of the old-looking creature soaring through the sky. Ah! Screamed Annie. What? Said Jack. A monster! Annie cried. She pointed to the treehouse window. Stop pretending, Annie, said Jack. No, really, said Annie. Jack looked out the window. A giant creature was gliding above the treetops. He had a long, weird crest on the back of his head and a skinny beak, a huge set of bat-like wings. It was a real, live pteranodon. The creature curved through the sky. He was coming straight towards the treehouse. He looked like a glider plane, The wind began to blow. The leaves trembled. Suddenly, the creature soared up, high into the sky. Jack nearly fell out of the window trying to see it. The wind picked up. It was whistling now. The treehouse started to spin. "What was happening?" cried Jack. "Get down," shouted Annie. She pulled him back from the window. The treehouse was spinning, faster and faster. Jack squeezed his eyes shut. He held on to Annie. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Jack opened his eyes. Sunlight slanted through the window. There was Annie, the books, his backpack. The treehouse was still high up in an oak tree, but it wasn't the same oak tree. That is the end of chapter 2, my friends. Stay tuned for chapter 3. Where is here?